You guys just asked me what I wanted to show that was special about Bumblebee. And of course I'd say the whole thing or the other 7,000 parts or whatever, but I really like the hands. Everyone seems to like them a lot. Pull this aside here, you see there's a finger sheath. It's exactly heat molded to match to my body. And each one of these corresponds to the same digit. And no, I didn't forget the pinky. The pinky has things to do. That controls the lighting. Also, sometimes I have a laser mounted there, and there's another element to the lighting as well. This is covered in light tape, like from the movie Tron. And also, you'll see the arm flare comes in when I make the thumb go in. And the reason for that is when I transform, this whole arm has to be hidden except for the wheel. So if this was sticking out like Bumblebee does in a movie, you wouldn't be able to close the doors.
Gotcha.
So when I make a fist, that turns all nice and snug.
You do engineering?
No, actually I own a car wash.
Oh.
Before that I owned a liquor store, you know, and I make extreme costumes.
So where did you get your interest in cosplaying or costume building?
I was about 10 years old and I really liked candy. And then I still like playing dress up. I'd actually get like 2 costumes, you know, and go out and get twice as much candy. And then I got older and I went to keg parties. Then I got older and I went to bars and I found out that they would give you money at a bar if you had really good costumes. And I was hooked. I was like, $300. I'm like, wow, $300 for wearing a costume. And then I started getting better and better, and I went to bigger places after bigger prizes, you know, and go to a place that offers $1,000, there's several thousand people there. And if you want to be seen by several thousand people, you got to be big. So I started making things really big. And then, you know, every year I'd say, oh, this is a problem, like it was too fragile. I'd bump into a butt head, he'd go, what's this? Snap. So I'd make it more durable. Or I'd say, geez, I can't stand not being able to go up and down stairs. Or, boy, it's a shame that I can't sit down. And every year I would just make it better and better and add ever-increasing elements. I have a PA system in this. The real reason I have a PA is that I have a big piece of metal in front of my mouth. And so if you're on stilts and you got something in front of your mouth, you'd be going, get off of me, and they'd hear, So really it wasn't about entertainment, it was about saying, open that door and please don't hug my left leg.
Gotcha.
So, and then I found that was a lot of fun, so I got more and more powerful PA systems.
Okay.
And now I travel every year, and you know, I got into cosplay because my daughter said take me to an anime convention. And I went to an anime convention with her, and I said, oh my God, there's like 18,000 people here that are dressed up. These are my kind of people.
Yeah.
So, you know, and cosplay people are really a lot of fun. They're very friendly, open-minded, and very creative.
Absolutely.
And they tend to respect the things I do. They understand how much effort it takes to make one. Yeah, I don't know if you cosplay yourself at all?
I have, yeah.
So, you know, if you put
yeah.
some work into it yourself, you start to realize just how much it takes to make something like this.
Absolutely, definitely. So why Bumblebee? Why not Optimus Prime?
Well, when Optimus Prime transforms, he turns into basically a semi. If you're going for the movie version or if you're classic, in all cases, to do that shape, you end up being bent over backwards and facing away from everyone. And that's just not a shape I liked.
Gotcha.
Whereas the classic shape for Bumblebee is a lot easier to get into. And, you know, I like Bumblebee. Bumblebee from the movies is a fun character.
Definitely.
Everyone loves Bumblebee.
Oh, yeah.
So
that's great. You put a lot of thought into this.
Oh, I got tons of other costumes. If you want to see more, check it out on Extreme Costumes on YouTube.
Okay, can you give us a few examples of some other ones you've done?
I got a 9.5-foot tall Donkey Kong.
Wow.
Let's see, what else I got? I got a Gundam. I got, if you ever see the movie Avatar?
Yes, yes.
I have a 10.5-foot tall amp suit from the movie Avatar.
That's great.
And I made my wife play dress up. She's real tall, and I put her in 8-inch heels. And so she was 6'8", blue in the V, head to toe. I made her the big bow. And then I had the 10.5-foot tall amp suit. It was just, you know, the biggest thing I'd ever made. It really was very movie accurate. It was also 120 pounds.
Oh my gosh. So do you have any advice for someone who's attempting to take on a project of this scale?
You know, start small and work your way up. You know, I spent a lot of time practicing on stilts before I ever actually covered myself up in things. And so that way, when you get out on the field, You know, you don't want to say the first time you're practicing is when you're in your costume around 70,000 people. You want to say stilts in your backyard, then on the street, then learn how to walk up and down stairs, then you put on a costume at home, and then after you feel more comfortable with that, then you might prepare to go out. But step up to it. Don't just assume you'll do it all in one shot.
All right.
What?
Does that work? Just put the
Well, actually, just now, I ripped this out, and I'm waiting for somebody to come back with a razor so I can fix it.
Okay.
See how there's no additional wire, so I can't put it back into space? If you look over on the other hand, you'll see that every element of Bumblebee is controllable from inside. So aside from each finger, see this here? That's a volume control. Because sometimes at a con you just want to be loud. But if you're in a club, the band's playing, you're up loud. The band stops, you don't want to scream at that, bartender, I need a drink of water! You turn it down. And in addition to that, there's a switch that turns the whole thing on and off for power purposes in the event that there's a power failure or a leak, so I'm tasering myself. And then in addition to that, there's also lighting controls on the other hand. So basically, every single finger has at least 3 things it needs to do. And you can't see any of it, so you just better know what does what.
Well, thank you so much for talking with us.
Oh, hey, Nerd Caliber, you guys kick ass.
Well, thank you. Again, this is Tom.
From Extreme Costumes.
Extreme Costumes. All right, thank you so much.
Excellent.